What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Behind the Experience, the car show. I am your host, Anthony McCrary. And tonight's show is going to be about the vehicle we just can't seem to live without, the one that has had some of the biggest changes going on in probably the past 10 years, and they keep trying to make them better and better and better. And since there's so many variations of this exact vehicle, tonight I'm going to let you know probably what is going to be the best one that you can overall get and or buy. Now, what I mean by that is because I think these vehicles, it kind of depends on what you use them for, your personality, and with the versatility of some of the manufacturers that create them, there's going to be something literally for everyone. You've got those people who want to be more luxurious in them. You've got some people who use them more so for work. You've got some people who kind of use them more for everyday kind of things. You got some people who use them for more light duty type of work. You got some who use heavy duty. But in every part of our life, this vehicle is, I would almost say, a mainstay, not just a mainstay, but I would also say absolutely positively necessary in every aspect of our lives. And we see them every single day. And they have, pretty much taken over a lot of the market. I mean, you almost can't be a married couple and not have one. I mean, they're awesome. They're great. They are gas guzzlers, but they too have been touched by the EV bug, and a lot of them have hybrid and EV capabilities or options available for those type of vehicles. So what am I talking about exactly? Because I know, very vague, right? It's supposed to be. It's an intro. I'm talking about trucks. That's right, trucks. And in this day and age where we see everybody still wants to be fuel efficient, more fuel efficient. I want to be able to go 40 miles to the gallon. I want to be able to go 200 miles range as far as EVs, or 300-mile range as far as EVs are concerned. Trucks are still very much so a part of our everyday life. They are in every part of society. They're in every country in the world. They are truly a part and a necessary part of our everyday life. Without trucks, I would dare say society, where as we know it, wouldn't exist the way that it does. Trucks not only, and I'm not talking about your semi trucks. Of course, we understand those and what they do and what they bring to the table. I'm talking about your everyday full size truck, your everyday mid size trucks, those type of trucks. So without further ado, without further ado, we're going to jump right on in to we're going to jump right on in to these trucks. There's going to be 6 of them tonight, and so I'm going to go from, I don't want to say worst to first, but that's kind of what it's going to be. And with that being said, I would tell you this: each one of these trucks bring their own different personality. I kind of don't like comparing trucks, really, because I liken it to a steak, and however you eat your steak, and I can't stand cooking shows or cooking competition shows where one of the dishes is a steak, and this person gets eliminated because the judge says, "I don't like your steak." I think that's straight trash to me, and I'm going to tell you why. And there's a reason I bring this up. Because to me, if a competition cooking show is supposed to be objective, to me, the way you like your steak is very subjective in every way possible. Some people like them rare, some people like them medium rare, some people like them overkill, some people like them burnt to a crisp, some people like them in between, some people kind of don't like them in between, some people like them in between, So it just kind of depends. To me, trucks are the exact same way. Not everybody wants to have a 2500 because they don't need it, but not everybody needs a 1500 either. Some people want the size, but don't necessarily need all the things that come with it, So that's why there certain automakers just kind of do kind of, I call it a niche in the full size market, and not really trying to take it over like some other brands do, or we know these brands specifically are made for this. And like I said, a lot of them have versatility, and a lot of these makers have the versatility to where you can be literally whatever you want to be. And what I mean by that is whatever your lifestyle is, there's a truck that probably fits that lifestyle. And that's what's so great about trucks is their versatility, and they're all made to do different things. So with that being said, I'm kind of going to jump right on into it. So here we go. Like I said, there's 6 of them. There's 6 that we're going to talk about. And I can go ahead and tell you the brands in no particular order. It's going to be Ram, Ford, Chevy, or let me just do GM because they make 2, Chevy and the GMC, Toyota and Nissan. And all of those you will see on the road at any point in time throughout your town, no matter where you are, you're going to see one of these trucks. I promise you, if not all of them, at some point during the day. There's just no way to get around it, no way to avoid it. And yeah. And like I said, all of them have their rhyme, reason, and purpose. So here we go. Number 6 on the list of the best trucks that you can absolutely buy right now. Number 6, coming in number 6 is the Nissan Titan. All right, so I work at Nissan, right? I work for a Nissan dealership. And I love when people, especially truck buyers, come into my dealership and they're like, especially these people who have, because a lot of your truck buyers are brand loyalists, right? They have owned the same type of truck for a very long time. And it's very difficult to get them to see anything other than what they currently have. So when I get these type of folks and they come in and they're asking, well, what does Nissan have to offer? Or like, why would anyone even remotely think about buying a Nissan Titan? Why would you do that? Well, this is what I end up telling them. So the Titan is not designed to dethrone any full-size truck. That's not what it's designed for. It's not designed to do major hard work. It's not designed for that. As a matter of fact, it absolutely describes itself as kind of more of a light duty truck, and that's what it is. Giving you, though, the flexibility of having the full size truck experience, the look, because there are people who just like driving trucks. It is what it is. I just don't need it to really do much. And that's what makes the Nissan Titan so great. Under the hood, they've got a few things going for it. Under the hood, now it does come with a V8, and I know. The government says you got to get rid of all your V8s and everything else, and like all the other manufacturers, yes, that is going to absolutely and totally happen. The Nissan Titan, after this cycle, whether that be this year or next year, the Nissan Titan will be discontinued. So if you are someone searching for a Nissan Titan, you better do it now, at least over the next couple of years, because they're going to be very hard to find. Nissan is deciding to go into the direction of midsize only, and at least for now anyway. So please don't bank on that. At least for now, they're going to stick with the Frontier being the flagship truck. Now, maybe at some point they bring back the Titan as possibly a hybrid or a complete EV. But for now, they're discontinuing the Titan as the gasoline engine. And yes, that's the only engine Titan comes with. Now, at one point in time, they were doing a diesel, that Cummins diesel, but that got discontinued. I want to say in 2020 or 2021. I want to believe it was 2021 when that got discontinued, the Cummins diesel. And most people didn't even realize Titan even made a diesel. So there's that. And those two are kind of hard to find on the pre-owned market anyway. So what makes this, why would someone buy a Titan if it's not designed to do any real major hard work if it's, in comparison to all the other trucks on this list, it tows less, the regular Titan tows less than 10,000 pounds. There is an XD version, which is slightly better, and that tows less than, I want to say, 11,000 pounds, right? So again, why would someone want to buy one of these trucks? Again, the flexibility of being in a full-size truck, knowing that you're not going to use it for much. Two, this thing has got a V8 and it's got 400 horses under the hood. So that means it gets up and goes, and it does. It's actually one of the smoothest riding trucks I've ever been in. Not only that, it comes standard with a lot of features at a price point that most trucks, you're just now starting to get features, So there are a few trim levels. You've got the S, at least for 2023. You got the S, the SV, the Pro 4X, and the Platinum. So there's 4 trim levels. Now, at one point in time, there was an SL that was on the same line as a Pro 4X, and then a Platinum or what have you. But they got rid of the SL and just kept the Pro 4X and, of course, the Platinum. So the SV, which is the one that you would see most of the time on the road, which is the second level from the bottom, gives you a lot, gives you an absolute lot. You're going to get plenty of safety features, blind spot monitoring. Most of them, if they come with the tow package, you're automatically going to get the big tow mirrors on it. You're going to get the spray-in bed liner for the most part, plugs, a 400-volt plug that's there in the truck, lining itself on the side there. You're going to get the bed lights. I'm telling you, I mean, the Titan step that makes it easier for you to get into the tailgate, easy let down tailgate, heated seats. They no longer come with navigation, but at one point in time, the SV did have navigation. They took that out for 2023. Push start, remote start. If you get the midnight package on it, which are going to give you the black wheels and black accents and the black grille, you're also going to get the LED lights, which, again, for a lot of the other trucks on this list, you don't get LED lights until you step up into something close to their Platinum or pretty close to being absolutely fully loaded. I'm not even talking about fully loaded. I'm talking the second from the bottom. So a lot of people choose Titan for the value, and not to mention it's got the best overall truck bumper to bumper warranty than any truck on this list. It's going to come standard with a 5-year, that's right, a 5-year, 100,000-mile bumper-to-bumper truck warranty. No truck in the country offers it. So you wonder why there's some people dumping their Fords, dumping their Rams, dumping their Toyotas for the warranty. Because the warranty is going to pay for itself, because anyone who owns a truck knows that truck parts are expensive, to fix trucks are expensive, transmissions are expensive, fixing air conditionings in a trucks are expensive. Trucks are expensive vehicles to begin with, but then to have to maintain it or have to repair it, good Lord, you might well go ahead and dump the piggy bank, dump the savings account. I mean, God. So this is why people choose Titan. Now, they've got it ranked from, again, this ranking is from worst to best. I don't consider it worse. I just consider Titan isn't for everybody. Because like I said, to me, trucks are like steaks. If I don't need it if I know I'm never going to tow 10,000 pounds, I'm not going to go get a truck that tows 12,000 pounds just because I got a truck. It's going to tow 12,000 pounds knowing I'm never going to use it. Ever. Like ever. Maybe I just want a big truck. Maybe I just want a nice looking truck, for the money. Now, I can say this though, Titan, although it is not here to dethrone anybody, it is one of the more expensive, as far as starting out. It is one of the more expensive starting out trucks. Is it just is. Base model is going to cost you anywhere from 42, 43 grand, 44 grand. And we're talking an S model, right? So again, Titan's not for everybody. It's not supposed to be either. Nissan did not design the Titan to dethrone F-150, Ram, or anyone else. It designed the Titan for those folks who just didn't want to drive those trucks. Next up on this list, number 5. Next up. Now, this truck, number 5, is also a foreign truck. Number 5 on the pre-owned market has some of the best resale values you've ever seen. They hold their value. Now, I will not say it's because the truck is that great. I think it's more so because of the brand that makes it. So I think that's part of it. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a good truck. It is for what it is. It's a good truck. But I think a lot of why that resale value on them is so great is because of the brand itself. So without further ado, number 5 has to go to the Toyota Tundra. Now, this truck is very, very, it hasn't changed much. Now, the new ones have. Now, they completely refreshed those. So let me go ahead and get that straight. The 2023s are completely redone. Gone is that V8. Gone is that Triton. They got rid of that Triton V8. They went ahead and they're like, the government's already saying we got to get rid of V8. So they did away with that this year. So now they've gone to V6 power. Okay, so this is not uncommon because we know that one of the trucks on this list does that too. But they are a little different. So what Toyota has done to the Tundra is not only completely revamped, refreshed, and almost completely redone the truck. It doesn't look like any Tundra before it. Doesn't act like any Tundra before it. Under the hood is a turbocharged V6. Now, before you guys go, oh, whoa, okay. V6, huh? Well, we know one truck that's on this list has a V6, and depending on who you are, you may or may not like that. Most people choose to go with the V8 or the hybrid option. The Tundra also has a more powerful hybrid option as well. They have decided to make this truck because one of the issues with the Tundra was it just seemed to be dated. It just was because, like I said, before they redid this truck for 2023, the truck really had not changed much at all, since the refresh they did before this previous one, So it had been the same for a long time. I mean, you can look at a 2014 or 2015 Tundra and a 2021, and you're not going to see much of a difference at all. And that was kind of the thing dragging them down. It was very plasticky. And when I say plasticky, it was, and I know that's not a word, it was a lot of plastics, a lot of super hard rubbers. It just screamed dated. So with the new refresh, a lot of attention was paid to the interior. There's a lot of premium in this truck now. You can absolutely get the platinum version of this truck, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely one of the most expensive too trucks out there, especially if you go with the hybrid option. Oh my God. But it's going to churn out a lot of power. I believe it's 439 horses are in the hybrid option. A lot of torque as well. So the Tundra, I think, has come back full circle, and it's not bad on the eyes either. On the outside, it's a very pretty truck. Again, it's not designed to dethrone anybody. It just like the Titan. These two trucks were never designed to do that. It was really designed because guess what? These two foreign makers, heck, they put out just as many vehicles as anybody else. They just didn't have much of, as far as trucks were concerned. They felt like, shoot, everyone else is making money in the truck market. Let us get our little slice of the pie. And that's what they did, And And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. With that, in comparison to the other trucks on this list, it's slightly underpowered, but if you know you're not going to be doing a lot of work with it, it's a great option. It looks nice. You get the hybrid option. You're still going to get all that horsepower and torque that you or whatever want or need. Now, in its regular version, that turbo V6, gas isn't that great. I mean, but the Titan isn't either. Titan says you'll get 21 on the highway. If you're good. Tundra says, we'll do you one better, literally. You'll get 22. And that's in the V6 version. Now, the hybrid version, you may get a little bit better than that. Now, as far as towing and all that, of course, we all know that changes as far as what gas mileage is going to do once you put anything behind it. And that's on any truck. So you can so I even liken that to steak. It's like, really? So we're going to talk about how great gas mileage you can get in a truck until you actually need to do some work with it. Who cares that it gets, 28 miles to the gallon? Put a 5,000-pound trailer behind it and see how much you get. Just being honest. Just go ahead and cut it in half, I'm just saying, so that's Tundra, right? Good things going for it. Like I said, it's got one of the best resale values on the market. As a matter of fact, one of the highest resale values on the market. A lot of them pre-owned are worth more than you can get one new. Seriously, like a lot of them price out to be worth just as much as a new one. Seriously, that's just how well they hold their value. Like I said, I think a lot of it has to do with because of the brand that makes it Toyota. Toyota is just an overall good brand, and all their vehicles hold their value for the most part. I mean, so you don't think that's going to come down to the trucks too? Absolutely. Tacoma holds its value better than almost anyone. Now, I would then say, you're absolutely welcome. I'm enjoying this conversation right now, and please feel free to jump on in and comment as much as you please. I enjoy this. Next on this list, I would definitely say they got this one right. So number 4 on this list right now, they say is the Chevrolet. That's right, the Silverado. Now, Chevy is awesome. Chevy, I like Chevy trucks because I think they have one of the best truck engines ever created. I think that Vortex engine is just absolutely awesome. When it's maintained and properly maintained, that engine can go forever. If you ever notice, in any town that you're in, you're always going to see someone still driving that old 2005, those old 1995s, those 98s, those 91s, those 80s. Some people still have their trucks from the 70s because of how great that engine is. And if it's well maintained, the truck's going to go forever. There are people who swear by the Silverado. And what I love about the Silverado, they too have been bit by this EV bug because they're coming. And I keep telling y'all, they're coming. I'm not a basher. I'm just a realist, but they are coming. So these trucks have decided, especially all your ones made here in the States, have decided we are going to put electric. We're going to make electric trucks or give you hybrid options and things of that nature. Chevrolet is no different. And with that, they continue to innovate and kind of keep the full-size American truck sector alive, along with the other ones on this list. Because the rest of them I can go and tell you, they're all American made after this. All of them are going to be American made. So, and that's partly why I think GM decided, who owns Chevrolet and GMC and a few other brands, why they decided that Chevrolet is not going to make cars anymore, because they realize that they make trucks and SUVs way better than they do cars, sedans. Um, and I can't say that they're wrong. So I don't see where that move hurt them at all. If anything, it's probably boosted profits for them. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I looked at a profit sheet overall for them since they made that decision, I don't think they've lost much. If anything, they've gained. Um, and they've been able now to take all that money that they were putting into making sedans and putting into really upping the ante on their trucks and SUVs, and they have. When they were making sedans along with their trucks, you knew where the money was. The money was going to be in your high-end Silverados and your high-end SUVs. Now, I think overall the SUVs and even your lower model trucks have absolutely been able to gain because of now the money being allocated to the vehicles that, let's just be honest, that sell best for them, that work best for them. So now you can get more premium parts even at a lower trim level. I mean, an LT Silverado is nothing to sneeze at anymore. I mean, I remember when an LT Silverado used to be almost bare bone. You know, there's hardly anything in it. Now an LT Silverado, I mean, do you even need an LTZ at this point? Good God. I mean, what's almost offered on the LT, I mean, it's practically fully loaded now. So I don't see where they lost. And with a wide variety of trim levels, a wide variety of different size trucks. Of course, you can go from 1,500 to 2,500, 3,500. They have diesel options now. Like I said, there's a complete EV option. There's hybrid. I mean, my God, I love what they've done to Silverado, and even the interior, which I think used to be absolutely dreadful. The interior has come a very long way. Oh my God, the standard features that come with a lot of these with the Silverado now are just outstanding. I mean, we're talking Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We're talking about now. I mean, goodness, I remember the four wheel drive. We all remember how four wheel drive used to be, man. You just had to do this and this and this and put in neutral, all this other stuff. No, man, you push a button, it just does it now. You know, it's just incredible. So a lot of the standard features, and that's what I like about Silverado. It comes with so much standard features, and again, you can't deny the ingenuity that they have. Now, number three, and I love their price points. I mean, they've got literally a price point for as far as having a Silverado for everybody. You know, so you can be just as work trucked out on a Silverado all you want to, and knowing that you're going to get everything that you absolutely need out of that truck. It's going to be able to tow whatever you need it to tow. It's going to tow over 10,000 pounds. It's going to work and be a workhorse for you. And if you want to be the luxury guy who says, hey, I'm the foreman here, so I drive the nicest truck here, you can have a Silverado LTZ to do that. Promise you. And they make a pretty nice size mid-size truck with the Colorado, so I'm not even going to front. Now, GMC is number three on this list. GMC, to me, is the most expensive truck on this list, but there's a reason why, because they are the most premium truck on this list. Whatever that you can find, practically, I call it the Escalade of trucks. I mean, it really is oh my God. Oh, oof. A Sierra Denali. Have y'all seen them lately? Oh my God. Ooh, Lord. You want to talk about gorgeous? You want to talk about something sexy? You want to talk about I got it like that? Yeah, man. And I don't even care what color it is. That GMC Sierra is nasty. Oh my God. Woo. It's the most premium truck on this list. Wide variety, once again, because again, it's made by GM. They also do have EV options as well. And there's even an off-road version of it with the, I love what GM has done. They've decided, hey, you know what, since we only make, trucks and SUVs, why not just have a complete off-road line of vehicles? So everything that they make, GMC makes has an off-road version of it, and that's the AT4. And I think it's absolutely great that they do that. If the Denali wasn't enough as is, so that we're going to go we're going to do a different trim level higher with the AT4 and make it completely and totally off-road. Now they share a lot with the Silverado, so mechanically there's really not much difference at all. It's just take the Silverado and make it a luxury vehicle, make it a luxury truck. And the Silverado is not a bad looking truck, but that GMC Sierra is just absolutely gorgeous. It is, as we say here in Georgia, it's purdy. It's real purdy. It's purdy purdy. So what you would get with the AT4 that you wouldn't get with the others, it automatically has a slight lift kit from the factory on it. The suspension is definitely better, and made for the off road. I mean, literally made for the off road. This truck, and even the AT4 is pretty. So don't think you're just getting this kind of black wheel, kind of rugged interior. No, I'm telling you, if you look on the inside of a 1500 Sierra AT4, it's pretty. It's gorgeous on the inside. It's really nice. It's something that you can mud bog with on Saturday and literally drive to church on Sunday. It's that kind of pretty, and it's that kind of versatile. It does come with a steep price tag. GMCs are not they're not a cheap truck. They're not, especially at their higher trim levels. They're just not. So just know, you gotta, if you see someone in a GMC Sierra and it's a Denali, just know they paid a pretty penny for it. They probably got it like that, for real. And that truck is made to last. It is. It also has one of the best resale values on the market. It really does. Now, number 2 on this list is, of course, it's the blue blood of the blue bloods. It is the truck at one point in time that set the standard. They claim that, and which I can probably believe, they claim that it's the best-selling truck for, what is it now, 43 years, 44 years, 45 years straight. They innovate, and they do, and I do have to give them their credit. And there are some versions of this particular truck that are just almost unmatched. They're in every sector of our society. And yes, I'm talking about that damn F-150. Most people say you just can't beat it. Now, I know people got up in arms when they decided that they were going to do the V6 thing first, when they did that EcoBoost V6 thing. And some people hate it. Some people hate it. Some people like it. Again, I liken trucks to steak. It's just your flavor, But what I like about the F-150 is that, to me, they are the most versatile truck on this list, because they literally have something for everybody. If you are someone who's starting a business and you need some fleet trucks, they make really good fleet trucks. You need work trucks, they make really good work trucks. If you are an everyday kind of just truck driver, they make good everyday trucks. If you're someone who wants to, feel more on the luxury end of things, the Platinum and that King Ranch, oh my God, they are almost works of art. They are pretty. They are gorgeous trucks. If you're needing something more heavy duty, the F-250, and of course you can get them in all the various trim levels. If you're wanting something more sporty, off-road type, they got the Raptor. If you're wanting an EV, they got that too. You're wanting something that's even more off-road and even more nasty, they got the Raptor R. I mean, there's literally something, and of course they got hybrids too. So there's literally something for everybody to pick out of an F-150. Like I said, I mean, a lot of your municipals out here in our country, that's what their garbage trucks are. That's what their dump trucks are. That's what, the electrical pole workers, that's what they drive, are those bigger 250s, 350s, 450s, 550s, whatever, Ford makes a really good truck, and they've been making really good trucks for a long time. That's not to say they don't have their problems, or not to say they don't have their drawbacks. I am here to say that, to me, they are the most versatile. because I can't think of a truck where you can say, you remember when iPhone came out and their slogan was "There's an app for that." That's kind of Ford now. There's a truck for that. That's the F-150. You know, F-150. Their truck. There's a truck for you. There's literally a truck for everybody, literally. And I think that's what makes them, and I think that truly is what makes them a great brand overall for trucks, because they understand it in a way that I think a lot of the other ones don't. You know, you kind of have to be versatile, especially for those folks who, you know, if I want a light duty truck, I know what truck I got to go for. If I want to have more fun and I'm more outdoorsy, I know the truck I got to go for. If I want to look more prestigious and like I got it like that, like I'm balling, I know what truck I got. You know, if I desperately need to pull a crane, I know what truck I got. I know where to go, you know. And that's what makes Ford so great. If I want to be more environmentally friendly, there's a truck for that within that same brand, you know. No other truck manufacturer can say that truly there's a truck for that. Ford can. So that's why they're number 3 on this list. You know, I mean, excuse me, number 2 on this list. That's exactly why they are number 2. So before we get to number 1, before we go there, let's kind of recap some. Number 5 is the Nissan Titan. Like I said, the Nissan Titan is a truck that is not for everybody, and it's not. It's not supposed to be a Ford. It's not supposed to be a GMC. It's not supposed to be a Chevy. It's not supposed to be any other type of truck but what it is. It's truly for light duty. But with that, you get a lot of standard stuff that on the other trucks, you're going to have to pay for. You know, you're not going to get a lot of the safety features until you buy the nicer version. Again, you can go second from the bottom and get all the safety features that you want, practically, or at least the ones that matter to a lot of people. You know, a lot of truck manufacturers can't say that. Number 5 on this list is the Toyota Tundra. Tundra went through some changes. They went ahead and dumped their V8, opted for the I believe it's a twin turbo V6, as a matter of fact. The twin turbo V6 completely redid the exterior and interior, made it more premium. Gave you now a hybrid option that offers plenty of horsepower and torque. Gave you now just a more premium feel, something that you would now expect from, especially where Toyota's trying to go as a whole, as a brand. This looks more like, you know, they definitely modernized the Tundra, and it's going to look like this for a while. So I can go ahead and tell you. And we all know Toyota, when they make a change, they generally stay with that, especially if they know it works. They generally stay with that until people just absolutely get sick of it. They just do. They don't change much. And this was a very welcome change because it needed a drastic change, and they gave you that. Number 3 on this list is the Silverado. Now, it hasn't changed much since last year's model. They do offer diesel options still. They do give you a great V6. And with that, they do have some versatility within them. There is an EV model of the truck as well, and they give you plenty, and I mean plenty, variations within their trim levels. You want to be off-road, they got you. You want to be more of just your casual truck driver, they got you. I mean, they also do fleet as well. So, you know, you're a business owner and you just don't want to do the Ford thing, Chevrolet's got you, you know. And there is something to be said there. And especially the fact that now they've got the money that they want to put into these trucks. When they stop making sedans, I think their truck market has only benefited from that. And it's going to continue to benefit. It is the little brother of the Sierra. And that is the, and that is the number 3 truck on this list, the Sierra, which is, to me, it's the most overall premium truck on this list. They're gorgeous. They're pretty. you know what you're getting with a Sierra. You just absolutely know. They're versatile as well. I like their off-road look. I think more so than everybody else's, because everybody else's kind of looks more like a racing truck. And what I mean by that, like if you're going to be racing in the desert, so I kind of don't like the other looks of the other trucks. But the AT4, like I said, you literally could go mud bogging in that AT4 on Saturday and literally get it washed and go to church on Sunday, and no one's going to know the difference. I mean, it's truly an unapologetic truck. And that's what I say about the Titan. It's an unapologetic truck. It is. It still has that V8. You get 400 horses. You don't get great gas mileage, but it's a truck. It's unapologetic, you know. But for me, I would probably end up getting a Sierra just because they're just gorgeous. I like it. It is a truck, and some people say it's a man's truck, and it is. It's a grown man's truck. Number 2 on this list is the most versatile truck, the best-selling truck, the longest best-selling truck. It's won Truck of the Year on many occasions. Is the F-150, and just because of the versatility, there's literally a truck for that. I think they should coin that phrase. I think that'd be a great slogan for them. There's a truck for that, because there is. I think they're more versatile than any truck maker on planet Earth. They're just, you name it, they've got a truck for it. Like I say, you want to be environmentally friendly, fine. You want to be you want to tow 15,000 pounds, fine. You need a whole fleet of work trucks, fine. You're just your casual driver who just needs a truck, fine. You want to look like you got it like that and balling out of control, cool. They got you there too. And what I love about the F-150 is that you can kind of make it your own, like truly your own. And that says a lot to me. That truly does say a lot when you've got a truck maker who will allow you to kind of make it your own. And Ford, for the most part, takes very good care of those people who have had F-150s. And I'm talking as far as finances concerned. You have an F-150 and you go to trade it in on another F-150, man. They make sure you're able to do it. Number 1 on this list, number 1, and I know you guys are like, well, where's the other one? Because there's one truck maker who, of course, is an American brand that we've not even talked about yet, and they have gone under a transformation. I think the direction that they've gone in has been a good one. There are some bugs that need to be worked out, but really, if you want to nitpick, all these trucks have their own issues. I promise you, I can nitpick all night long about the issues of each one of these trucks and why one is better than the other in some semblance, right? So the number 1 truck right now that you can buy in 2023. This ain't according to me. This is according to Car and Driver. The number 1 truck right now that you can buy is the Ram 1500. Okay. Now, I personally have a problem with Ram being number 1. If this was my list, the Sierra would be number 1. But I understand why they made the Ram number 1. I get their reasoning behind it. So the Ram has decided, and I think it was a good choice for them to do, to kind of branch off into 2 separate pieces. Sort of, but not really. So there is a Ram Classic, and then there's just Ram. So the Ram Classic is more of your, kind of work trucky, basic kind of truck. I think it's one of the few trucks on this list that you can actually just still get a single cab if that's what you want to do, just a single cab truck, right? which is rare. And I remember when that's all you could get was a single cab truck. I remember when they first started doing the king cabs, well, when that became a thing, the king cabs. And after that, crew cab just blew everybody's mind, right? So you got that. Why is Ram number one is because I want to say, for me, it's the styling. You know a Ram when you see it. It doesn't look like anything else. While Silverado and Sierra kind of sort of look alike, you could get the Titan and the Tundra, if you're just glancing, kind of mixed up, Ford, the F-150 and the Sierra, you can kind of do that, and it's kind of like, okay. Ram just looks like something totally, completely different. And what they've done is they decided, hey, all these other trucks are going for the exterior look. We're going to go for the interior. And oh my God, did they go for the interior, and they knocked it out of the park. So Ram, to me, has the most luxurious at their highest trim level, and their higher trim levels now, has the most luxurious cabin I have ever laid eyes on. Oh my God, this is a beautiful truck on the inside. They have a massive Tesla-like tablet that controls practically everything on the vehicle. Oh my goodness, the colors and the leathers, the panoramic roof. I mean, it's gorgeous. It is a beautiful truck on the inside. And they realize that there's a sector of people who drive trucks who just want to drive a pretty ass truck. And that's what it is, man. That Ram is just a pretty ass truck. It's pretty. Now, does it have its issues? Sure. Now, Ram does some work now. Don't get it twisted. I think what put Ram over the top was it for everything that they graded. They looked at tow, they looked at engine, they looked at interior, exterior design, and all this kind of stuff that they measured and leveled out. It leveled out, right? And they scored it a 10 out of 10. I guess. But kind of like Ford on this list, they almost have a truck for everybody. It's very versatile. You want to be, you want something that can compete, with the luxuriousness and the premium feel of that GMC Sierra Denali. You got it. You want something that competes with the Ford Raptor. You got it in that TRX, which I don't think anything competes with that thing. That thing's nasty. Oh my God. Over 700 horses. I want to say almost 800 horses. I mean, you want to talk about off-road? I mean, I remember when, and this is when they were still going by the Dodge Ram. I remember when they dropped the Viper engine in it, that V10 in the Ram, and they thought that truck was going to just absolutely take off as far as people wanting to buy it and own it, and kind of really didn't. And they kind of got out of that market, and they let everybody else kind of just have that little niche where people want super fast trucks. But we always knew deep down, like, okay, look, you guys got one engine that, almost nobody else can compete with in the Hemi, right? So, of course they dropped the Hemis in the Ram. And I think that's why, too, they're number one. It's because they got something that nobody else has. They got the Hemi. And that Hemi is badass. And so when all these other trucks decide to kind of get in that niche where we want super fast trucks, and Ram got out of it, they're like, okay, we're just going to watch and see what you guys do, because we already know we got our secret weapon right here. We got something that none of you have got and can't have and can't even close to even getting, and that's the Hemi. So a couple of years ago, they decided to do the TRX, and this truck is absolutely, oh my God, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you're going to pay over $100,000 for it too. You sure are. But you know what you're paying for. You absolutely know what you're paying for. It's not the most gorgeous truck on the inside. It's not supposed to be. You're paying for it to go really fast. You're paying for it to be off-road king. I mean, this truck is not made to do any real major hard down work. That's not why you buy a TRX. Same thing with the Raptor. You don't buy a Raptor to do real work in. It's a toy. And the Raptor R is even more so of a toy. It's just more off-road. So Ram, though, like I said, it's not quite as versatile as Ford, but it's versatile enough. And like I said, their interiors, to me, it's unmatched. I mean, GMC Sierra Denali makes a beautiful interior, but the interior, if you guys have not seen the interior of a Ram, a fully loaded Ram, it's something to behold. It really is. It's well thought out. Everything has a rhyme and a reason. Everything has a place. Everything has a purpose for why it's there. And again, putting a massive Tesla screen in it was just like, really? Wow, that's nuts. Just pretty, right? So that's your number one, the Ram. And of course, because of its design and because of its luxurious feel in the cabin, it's won multiple truck of the awards, and that's by JD Power. I don't know if it won it this year. I believe it did win it this year. If not, F-150 won it. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, there's a point in time they were winning them back to back. I think there was a stretch where they won it 3 years or 4 years in a row. So it's not a bad truck. Not a bad truck. It's not priced overly, over the top either. Now, when you get those higher trim levels, and that's with any of these trucks, by the way, any of these trucks at their higher trim levels, yeah, go ahead and be prepared to pay, well over 70 grand for them. They're just, platinums and things of that nature. Yeah, you are going to be paying that. King Ranches, yeah, you're going to be doing that. Denali's, you're going to be doing that, So just know you're going to be paying premium top dollar for these higher trim levels. But Rams aren't overly expensive either. I mean, you can get a really nice Bighorn for like 45 to 48 grand. And depending upon the truck, it can have black wheels, be totally blacked out. I mean, it's a really nice truck. They make very nice trucks for the price points. And if you're wanting something more off-road, I mean, that TRX, to me, you just can't even beat that. I mean, it's just insane. There are people still waiting on them. I mean, it's kind of nuts. And I didn't think they would be able to recover from when they tried to do that Dodge Viper truck. It's like, okay, yeah, you're going to drop a Viper engine in it, and it didn't take off like you thought it would. And okay, so they're done with it. And they decided, okay, we're going to put this, supercharged Hemi in it, and there you go. Whoa, that's crazy to think. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The top 6 trucks that you can buy right now. Number 5 is going to be that Titan. Truck's not for everybody. Number 6 is going to be the Titan. Number 5 is going to be the Tundra. Those 2 trucks, again, they're niche truck. They're not for everybody. They are for those folks who don't want to pretty much own an American brand. That's fine. No big deal. They're light duty trucks. They're not made to do major real deal every day. We're going to tow, 12,000, 15,000 pounds. That's not what they're made for. And that's okay. So that's number 6 and number 5. Number 4 is that Silverado. Silverado is just a mainstay. There are people that swear by them. I love the engine. I think that Vertex is awesome. I think it's absolutely one of the best truck engines ever created. Seriously. Number 3 on this list is the GMC Sierra. To me, that's my favorite truck on this list because it is so premium. It's going to come with a very premium price tag, but it's a man's truck. It just is. Number 2 on this list is going to go to the most versatile truck, which is the F-150. There's a truck for everybody. Literally, there's a truck for everybody. And I think that's what makes them so great, is that no matter what part of life you find yourself in, there's an F-150 out there for you. Truly. And of course, number 1, not quite as versatile as the F-150, but I definitely will say it's probably the sleekest, the coolest looking, the most luxurious of all of them on the inside. And that's going to be the Ram 1500. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a pretty truck. It just is. And you don't even have to get a fully loaded version to get one that looks really, really, really nice. And crazy thing is, even the TRX looks good. I kind of like the way the Raptor looks. I'm sorry. I definitely did not like that they took the V8 out of the Raptor. Why would you do it? I get it. You kind of want to go ahead and get rid of the V8 because the government says everyone's got to get rid of their V8s. This is why this is going to be the last year for the Charger and Challenger and stuff like that. I get it, but man, come on, man, it's a truck. Jesus, that V6 is not doing what that V8 did. It's just not. But that's nor here nor there. That's my little pet peeve. But like I say, number 1 is definitely that Ram. So I've enjoyed this tonight. Look at this. Our time has come to an end. I can tell you this. If you are wanting more, you can follow me on Facebook at The McCrary Experience. Also, I'm on Instagram. Same thing, The McCrary Experience. You can go to my website if you want to contact me as well, themccraryexperience.com. I am also on YouTube here with Behind the Experience. The car show, you can find me on YouTube there as well. And of course, if you are in South Georgia, absolutely, a little town called Valdosta, you can come see me at Valdosta Nissan because that's where I am 95% of the time. It's where I hang out. And we can talk it up, chat it up then too as well. I've enjoyed this evening. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you guys next week.